goes a little something like.
Hello Literates, I'm Britt. This is my channel, Britt Riderly. For those of you in since day one, user real one. For those of you who are just finding my humble channel, welcome. We hope you stay a while. Wow, we have not been in this set, in front of this, in the hole in the wall. I'm in my old school bag today. Strap in. We haven't been in front of my red inset bookshelf in a minute. And here we are, and in front of our living single, as they bear witness to all things bookish. Okay, so this is going to be a haul. I have not done a haul ever. I've never done a haul because I usually do audiobooks, and so I just never do, because I'm like, I mean, it's not really exciting for me to just like post like screenshots of the covers of books that I'm reading on Overdrive or Audible or Scribd or whatever other book platform is taking my coin by my own consent. I just don't find that engaging. I'm very tactile. I'd rather like be able to hold it up, and I don't want to have to do all the editing of like posting the video and posting the covers and whatever. Oh, they coming to get somebody. My goodness. But I just never want to do that. But I have rediscovered the library, like the physical building. Wow. And now here we are. So this is going to be a haul and an unboxing. People have sent me book mail. I'm so grateful. And the funny thing is, I can't tell from the labels who sent what. I can't tell. So I'm not going to know which book is which until I open it. So we're all just going to be surprised. Okay, here we go. But first we're going to start with the library books because they're on top. I have like 6. Yeah. Okay. Number 1, The Ancient Nine by Dr. Ian K. Smith. Number 1 New York Times bestseller. This was one of the group reads for Black Aweenathon. This is a I think it's set on Harvard College campus and university. I don't know. I know they have a grad school program, so I guess they're a university, but why do I feel like it's college? Whatever. It's set on Harvard's campus, and the protagonist is like tapped to join a secret organization, and he sort of goes like answers it to sort of figure out if he can find out the huge and like old mystery of the innermost sanctum sort of the campus secret societies, and the innermost secret societies of the campus societies are called the Ancient Nine, and apparently there's some mystery surrounding them. They kind of are like the kingmakers. They make presidents and senators and whatever, and so super high stakes, but this college student is trying to figure out what's what. That's a very layman's, I haven't read it yet, synopsis, but I guess I can read all the actual synopsis now. Spencer Collins, an unlikely Harvard prospect, smart and athletic, strapped for cash, determined to succeed, calls his mother, who raised him on her own in Chicago, every week. We love this. Dalton Winthrop, a white shoe legacy at Harvard. He's just the most recent in a string of moneyed, privileged Winthrop men in Cambridge. He's got the ease and the deep knowledge that come from belonging. These two find enough common ground to become friends, cementing their bond when Spencer is punched, not tapped, punched to join the Delphic Club, one of the most exclusive of Harvard's famous all-male final clubs. Founded in the 19th century, the Delphic has had titans of industry, Hollywood legends, heads of state, and power brokers among its members. Dalton Winthrop knows firsthand that the Delphic doesn't offer memberships to just anyone. And I have read this a little bit, and in fact, when Spencer calls Dalton to tell him that he was tapped, Dalton was like, you're probably the victim of a prank. Like, it's probably not the real seal. And he has to, like, literally describe the invitation for Dalton to believe that he has a real one, because they have never had a black member before, and Spencer is black. So, like, it's that kind of final club, which what else do we expect at an Ivy institution? Moving on. Dalton's great uncle is one of their oldest living members, and Dalton grew up on stories of the club's rituals. But why is his uncle so cryptic about the Ancient Nine, a shadowy group of alums whose identities are unknown and whose power is absolute? They protect the Delphic's darkest and oldest secrets, including what happened to a student who sneaked into the club's stately brick mansion in 1927 and was never seen again. Dalton steers Spencer into deeper and deeper recesses of the club and beyond it to try to make sense of what they think, did I skip a word? They may be seeing. But with each scrap of information they get from an octogenarian Crimson graduate, a crumbling newspaper in the library's archives, or one of Harvard's most famous and heavily guarded historical books, a fresh complication trips them up. The more the friends investigate, the more questions they unearth, tangling the story of the club, the disappearance, and the Ancient Nine until they realize their own lives are in danger. What's interesting is that the author, Ian K. Smith, did in fact go to Harvard. And I think he was a member of this club. So I'm just like, real facts? Like, are you out here outing people? And we maybe want to check on him and see if he's okay in a year or so when the club realizes he's been writing about their stuff. I don't know. I'm just like, how much of this is true and how much privileged information are you giving? Now, let's be clear. I don't care about the secrets of old white men. Tell them all. But I'm just like, that's interesting that you went here and that he was in a final club, I believe. So I'm just like, this is very interesting. But anyway, I just was having a lot of trouble getting through the audio version of this. And so I decided to get the physical version. I hate to put books on the ground, but that's the best place for me to put you right now. Don't get mad at me. Okay, so that's the first book. This Sisters of the Snake by sisters Serena and Sasha Nanue, or Nanua. This is another book that I started the audio of and was having trouble getting through it. And so maybe a change of medium I'm hoping will shake it up a little bit for me. And so this is about a lost princess, a desperate switch, a destiny that will shake the world. And I think they covered it with a, oh no, she just slipped it in. I was like, they covered it with a receipt. No, I think it's a sister switch. Yeah, it's a sister switch. Princess Rani has heard the whispers, snake princess they call her, a princess with fangs for teeth. Her people fear her, yet her father doesn't believe her capable of ruling. Rhea is the quickest thief this side of the Var River. So Rani and Rhea. That's why she's still alive. But when she's conscripted into a looming war, she knows she has to be quicker than ever before to elude the royal army's grasp. These two lives collide, turning everything upside down. Because Rhea and Rani, orphan and princess, are unmistakably identical. Bum, bum, bum! A deal is struck. Both can get what they want if they switch places for less than 1 moon's time, which is less than a month. But danger lurks in both worlds, and the two are thrust into a race to unravel a mysterious prophecy and locate a long-lost mythical object. To save their home, thief and royal must work together or watch it all fall into ruin. Okay, I'm into it. I'm already more into it than I was with the audio, maybe because I didn't actually read the description. I was just like, oh, okay, I want to read it. I'm excited for this one. I'm gonna tell the truth. I'm not excited for Ancient Nine because I don't like secret school society books. And so truly, this is my last effort to read it. And if I just can't get into it, I'm just gonna be like, screw it. But this, I do want to read. She's thick. She's thick. It's like a 15-hour book. And a 497 pages. So yeah, we're gonna try. I actually want to read that one though, because I know it's a trope to like for long-lost identical siblings to switch places, but I actually haven't read that in a while. The last time I read it, I was an actual teen. And I don't even remember what it was called or who wrote it. It's actually in my library on the other side of this apartment, but am I gonna go get it? No. I just remember that I read it before, but it was just once, but I know it's a very common trope. But I'm not burned out on it because I haven't actually read that trope a lot. So I'm interested to read it with an Indian twist, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I can't tell, and it doesn't say inside. It just says that these twin sisters were born on Diwali, which I think is an Indian holiday. I think. But they're twins. They were born 10 minutes apart. I think it's amazing that they can write a book together because me and my sister cannot do any project together. We just have to wish each other luck from the sidelines as we each do our own thing, and that's just it. But anyway, so that's book 2 of 6. Book 3 of 6. Am I forgetting one? I did forget one. I'm gonna have to get up. It's fine. Okay, The Taking of Jake Livingston. By Ryan Douglas. So this is about a necromancer named Jake Livingston who is being haunted by something that he does not know yet. It's a dual POV. We get his perspective, and I think the guy's name is Steven or something like that. Sawyer. So it's a dual POV between Jake and Sawyer. And I'm not sure how much would be spoiler, but Sawyer ends up possessing Jake. That's the premise of the book, is that he ends up getting possessed. And he has to like fight to get his body back. So yeah. And so Jake ends up fighting against Sawyer, who possesses him. And he has to figure out how to content warnings: school shooting, suicidal ideations, attempted suicide, bad parents, or like a bad mother and a sketch sister. So like just not great family dynamics. And that's all that I know is a trigger. And let me look and see if there's I don't believe, yeah, there's not content warnings in here. I've just read a little bit of it. I had to stop because this book is kind of dark, so just know that. And that's why I tried to read it on audio, and the audio was just too visceral for me. So I'm trying again this way so that I can like speed through parts that are like too much, easier than I could on the audio. But yeah, this book is small, but it is mightily dark. So just be aware of all those content warnings, which again are that I know: school shootings, suicidal ideations, attempted suicide, and bad parenting. And I said school shooting, right? Okay. Multiple school shootings possibly, but definitely the presence of school shootings and survivors of school shootings. Obviously, ghost glue, it's a ghost story. Jake is a medium, etc., etc. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go and get my last library book. 1 second. Okay, I Caught a Witch by Dr. Nnedi Okorafor. So, I'm already on like chapter 3 of it. I love it. So this is set in Nigeria. The protagonist's name is Sunny. She is sort of being initiated into this like world of juju. It's really exciting. Her friends are Orlu and Chichi. Orlu is like really sort of like a quiet or nerdy like peacekeeper type, and Chichi is very much more like, yeah, I said it, what's the problem? Talks a lot, arguably too much. But I think that Chichi is lonely. So Orlu and Chichi are already in this world of juju, and they sort of initiate Sunny in. Sunny is an albino, and they feel like maybe she sees things like they see things, like juju things. And so they inoculate her and inoculate. They initiate her. And indeed, the book begins with Sunny seeing the end of the world in a flame, in a candle flame, and she's trying to figure out what to do about that. How should she respond? Like, what do I do? Like, I saw the world and then a candle. I'm not sure what to do with that. I feel like she's like 13 or something. She's like, I don't know what to do about that. And so she is feels like possibly she should give this juju a chance, because she's like, can y'all help me figure out what to do with this candle vision I had? So I'm really excited to read it. I am loving it so far. This is another book that I really just feel like needed to be a physical read for me. I'll, let you know how it goes. But all of these books, these are books that are going to take me into the new year. So I'll be reading these books for the rest of the year and possibly into January. My goal is to have these books read by the end of January. It is November 17th. And this is 7 books. This is book number 4 of 7. But for those out there who are like, I'm having a slow reading time, once again, we've talked about multiple times on channels across BookTube, we read a lot, like more than the average person. And voices. We read more than the average person. So I have a goal of finishing these 7 books in the next 3 months, and that's fine. And if you are reading less than usual, that's fine. Move how you move. Different seasons carry different levels of reading, and that's perfectly fine. So that is book 4 of 7. Those are my library hauls. Now we're unboxing. Oh, what fun. Okay, so the first one is a book that I mentioned to y'all months ago. At this point, this is a book or a novel, a novella written by one of my friends who's amazing, Shingai and Jerry Kagunda, and it's called And This Is How to Stay Alive. This is, I wonder if she would call it I feel futurist. It's definitely speculative. It's definitely fantastical. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, and This Is How to Stay Alive. Neokabi's world unravels after her brother Baraka's death by suicide, when an eccentric auntie gives Neokabi a potion that sends her back in time to when Baraka was still alive. It becomes her only goal to keep him that way. But Kabi soon learns that while storytellers may be the carriers of time, defying the past comes with its own repercussions. So I am so excited to read this. Is this cover not giving you everything that you need? That's just my only question. Is this cover not giving? Because it's giving me. It's so beautiful. Like, Shingai, I'm so incredibly proud of you. Maybe we'll see an author interview with friend Shingai. I don't know. It could be. I want to finish the book first. The way, obviously I have things to talk about with her. But yeah. So obviously, I have not read this book, but obviously there is a trigger warning for suicide, possibly seeing the same suicide over and over. I don't know, but the fact that she's going back in time to keep him that way, you might be seeing her brother kill himself over and over again. I don't know. I'll let you know. But just FYI, that may happen. This is from Neon Hemlock Press. Cover illustration by Ajiwa Abinabe. And that's the cover illustration. And the cover design is by Dave Ring. So, and of course, the book is written by Shingai Kagunda. Oh, I'm so proud of her. But so yeah, I will let y'all know. This is not a long book. It's a novella. It's not even 100 pages long. It's 97. So I'm so excited, but I think there's a way that you have to order this. It's not like purchasing it. It's like making a donation to Neon Hemlock, and they send you this as a thank you. And so the donation has to be at least $11 or something like that. When I first introduced this title I put how to order in the description box. So I'm going to put that in the description box again. If you did not see that video and you want to buy this book and support a very like new voice in Black speculative fiction that is Shingai, I will post that in the description box below. All right. And this kind of Stay Alive. So that's the first unboxing. Precious book. Wow. Okay. Now we get to the things where I don't know what I'm opening. Okay. So this is from, who opened this? I feel like someone opened this because that legitimately just slid out. I did not even. People can be trash, but at least they didn't mess with my book. I don't know what they thought it was going to be, but I'm glad that it wasn't whatever they wanted. Anyway, Vina from Miss WOC Reader. If you have not checked out her channel, go check out her channel and her blog, which is also Miss WOC Reader. Vina has Rex for anything. And she knows all the bookish tea. I just come here and do my videos and I have to go home and write. But Vina really be knowing, like, ear to the streets, what's going on. So Vina, because she's amazing, DM'd me on Twitter and was like, I got sent 2 of these. Obviously, I only need one. Want one? And I had definitely been like, I saw Nia Davenport, N.E. Davenport, the N is for Nia. I saw her because I think we're mutuals on Twitter, or I follow her, but regardless, I'd seen and I was like, wow, that's a beautiful cover, sounds really interesting, I want. And so when Vina offered me this copy, I was like, oh my gosh, please. So I don't know what this is about at all. Like, I know it's about a warrior and I'm all here for Black girls who can fight. If you don't know me, that's number one. I want Black girls who can fight, not Black girls who I have to watch get beaten up. I don't care if it's page 1. Please throw a punch. But I don't really know what it's about. So I'm reading this for the first time and y'all just happen to be here. Okay. Blending fantasy and science fiction. Yes! N.E. Davenport's fast-paced, action-packed debut kicks off the duology of loyalty and rebellion, loyalty over everything, in which a young Black woman must survive deadly trials in a racist and misogynistic society to become an elite warrior. Oh, goodness. Trigger warnings right there for racism and misogyny, because I'm already like, we gonna try. Okay, synopsis. It's all about blood. The blood spilled between the Republic of Marine and the armies of the Blood Emperor long ago. The blood gifts of Marine's deadliest enemies. The blood that runs through the elite warhouses of Marine, the rulers of the tribunal dedicated to keeping the Republic alive. The blood of the former Legatus commander, Vern Amari, murdered. For his granddaughter, Akenna, the only thing steady in her life was the man who had saved Marine, the man who had trained her not just in martial arts, but in harnessing the blood gift that coursed through her, who trained her to keep that a secret. But now there are too many secrets, and with her grandfather assassinated, Akenna knows 2 things: that only someone on the tribunal could have ordered his death, and that only a Praetorian guard could have carried out that order. Bent on revenge as much as on discovering the truth, Akenna pledges herself to the Praetorian trials, a brutal initiation that only a quarter of the aspirants, oh, I like what she did with that word, of the aspirants survive. She subjects herself to the racism directed against her Have-Kanayan. All these words are very interesting. Against her Have-Kanayan heritage and the misogyny of a society that cherishes progeny over prodigy, all while hiding a power that, if found out, would subject her to execution, or worse. Oh goodness, what's the worst? Akenna is willing to risk it all because she needs to find out who murdered her grandfather, and then she needs to kill them. Marine has been at peace for a long time. Akenna joining the Praetorians is about to change all that. Magic and technology converge in the first part of this stunning debut duology, where loyalty to oneself and one's blood is more important than anything. Okay. Very interesting. Okay, so this is giving me, I thought that this was adult, and then 2 things happened. One, I was looking at the author mentor match mentors list and saw that she was mentoring adults. And I was like, oh, I thought her book was YA. And the second thing that happened, you just witnessed it. I read the synopsis and I was like, this seems very adult. So great. I do feel like I need to get into reading more adult fantasy and spec fic. I haven't really read much all the way through since Jemison, since the Inheritance trilogy, but I am reading The Conductors by Nicole Glover right now. So that's something, and I'm reading something else. But I've been like reading a lot of fantasy that I haven't finished. Like it hasn't been keeping me, partly because I'm sort of skirting a reading slump. But I want to like read and finish more adult fantasy, and so this will help me to do that. And so will And This Is How to Stay Alive, especially in This Is How to Stay Alive because it is a novella. So, okay, that is 6 of 8. Did we see this black girl or black woman? Beautiful. I'm loving it. And I also love that we get like generations. It's her grandfather that she's trying to avenge, not like her mother or father. Not that parents aren't important, but I just appreciate a grand figure being like the center of love and affection. The blood trials. Okay. And lastly, so then this must be, I'm excited. I'm so excited. I don't know how to open this thing. Oh my gosh. Press firmly to seal. Can I press firmly to unseal? Oh gosh. Okay. So tell me of those that I'm reading, which one of, tell me, of those that I'm reading, or I'm going to be reading, which one, I'm so excited, sounds most interesting to you. But hold that thought because, oh my gosh, breathing, we're breathing. The undead truth of us. So y'all know that my dissertation is looking at monsters, and chapter 1 is on zombies. And I literally was the reason that I even started talking to Brittany, not like the only reason, but I was saying something about like zombies and black books, and I think her name came up, or she was like, "It me," and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" And we started just like casually chatting, and she offered me an arc, and I just. Gratitude is what I feel. Gratitude, I know it's real. I'm happy. Y'all, again, I just know it's zombies and that there's a black girl. I don't know anything else. Okay, so let's see. Okay, I have to contain myself because I'm just like, it's here. It's zombies. It's here. Okay, let me contain myself. Synopsis. Pay attention. Death was everywhere. They all stared at me, bumping into one another and slowly coming forward. Zombies. Okay. 16-year-old Zara Young is absolutely certain her mother morphed into a zombie before her untimely death. Before, but she can't seem to figure out why her mother died, why her aunt doesn't want her around, why all her dreams seem suddenly hopelessly out of reach, and why ever since that day she's been seeing zombies everywhere. Bum bum bum. Then Bo moves into her apartment building, tall skateboard in hand, freckles like stars, and an undeniable charm. Z wants nothing to do with him, but when he transformed into a house zombie right before her eyes, something feels different. He contradicts everything she thought she knew about monsters, and she can't help but wonder if getting to know him might unblock the answers to her mother's death. As Zari sifts through what's real and what's magic, she discovers a new truth about the world. Love can literally change you, for good or for dead. In this surrealist journey of grief, fear, and hope, Brittany S. Lewis's debut novel explores love, zombies, and everything in between in an intoxicating amalgam of the real and the fantastic. I am hyperventilating. Oh my gosh, that sounds so freaking amazing. Oh, and it's not just because we have the same name. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. I don't even know. Yo, these library books might not get read. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. That might be like a new year. Okay, so I'm giving myself to the end of January to finish these books. I may read these unboxed books first. I'm not gonna hold you. So tell me in the comments which one of these books Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Ugh, you're more excited for it. Oh gosh. Okay. All right. Which one of these, oh gosh, are you more excited for? Are you more excited for The Ancient Nine, Sisters of the Snake, The Taking of Jake Livingston, A Cod of Witch, and This Is How to Stay Alive, Blood Trials, or The Undead Truth of Us? You tell me. Until then, I will see you guys later days.
Falling for you, I don't know about it. Could be cool, depend on how you go about it. But you better not